Ah, the dare. A magical two-word phrase that somehow convinces the human brain to uninstall its primary operating system, survival. Today, we're exploring why our brains, which are smart enough to send robots to Mars, are also dumb enough to listen to a friend who says, I bet you won't. Let's start with the classic teenager versus ocean fallacy. On May 24th, 2023, one 8-year-old Cameron Robbins was celebrating his high school graduation on a party cruise in the Bahamas. It was dark. Around 9:40 p.m., near an uninhabited island, someone issued the magic words, a dare. Despite his friends literally trying to hold him back using the group's one collective brain cell, Cameron broke free. He jumped into the black water. Footage shows the aftermath. Cameron is seen swimming. A life buoy is thrown. His friends are screaming, grab the buoy! But Cameron, in a baffling display of something, appears to swim away from the flotation device. Moments later, he vanished. The boat searched. The U.S. Coast Guard searched. The Royal Bahamas Defense Force Commodore calmly called the area really shark-infested. Oh. He also noted that survival chances decrease significantly if one is A, not wearing a life vest, and B, perceived to be intoxicated. A stunning analysis. After a 325-mile search, they called it off. Cameron Robbins was declared lost at sea, a tragic case study in what happens when teenage invincibility meets shark-infested water. The house, or the shark, always wins. This next one is a different flavor of logic failure. It's not about the dare, but about the confession. On May 28th, 2018, 4-year-old Mary Gregory died in a house fire. Mrs. Gregory was a heavy smoker with dementia. The coroner ruled it an accidental death. Case closed. Weeks later, one 7-year-old Tieran Darnan is at a party playing Truth or Dare. It's his turn. He doesn't confess to liking someone or skipping homework. He says, I have a secret I haven't told anyone. I may have killed someone. His friends, naturally, assumed he was joking, but the I'm a dark, mysterious mastermind seed had been planted. Later, in counseling, Darnan couldn't help himself. He hinted that a friend could send me to prison. He admitted he felt powerful at Mrs. Gregory's funeral, knowing he was the only one in the room who knew the real story. The counselor, putting two and two together, finally said, I think you're trying to tell me you've killed someone, Darnan mouthed. Yes. Police reopened the case. They found drawings of the floor plan, notes on good hiding place and quick exit. He had set the curtains on fire, unplugged the phone, and blocked her escape. His search history? Under 18 murder and how long do murderers serve in prison? He was convicted, of course. Tieran Darnan wasn't just a monster. He was a monster who fell victim to the must-brag fallacy, getting himself caught during a sleepover game. Back to classic peer pressure. Summer 2024, South Carolina. Two teens, 15 and 16, are in a group chat. The topic, jumping off a bridge into Lake Hartwell. The pressure mounts, the messages fly. Do it. Don't be a coward. The digital echo chamber is deafening. The two boys decide to go through with it. They drive to the bridge. They climb the railing. The drop is significant. They jump. Splash. Then, silence. Their friends on the shore wait. Seconds pass. Minutes pass. Neither teen comes back up. Emergency services are called. Dive teams eventually recover both bodies. The community is devastated. Vigils are held. And the friends who typed "do it" from the safety of their phones are left traumatized. This is social proof at its deadliest. When the group chat confirms a terrible idea is a good one, the individual brain just logs off. If teenage brains are bad at risk, 8-year-old brains are basically just soup. Florida, 2017. The 8-year-old Kiari Pope is at a sleepover. They're playing Truth or Dare. It starts innocently. Then, someone dares Kiari to drink boiling water through a straw. The other children think this is hilarious. Kiari, desperate for that all-important 8-year-old social validation, accepts. She puts the straw to her lips and drinks. The result is immediate and horrific. She screams in agony. The scalding liquid destroys her mouth, throat, and lungs. She's rushed to the hospital with severe internal burns. For months, she endures surgeries, living with catastrophic damage. But the injuries are too severe. 4 months later, Kiari dies. This is the tragic reality of a brain that simply hasn't developed consequence yet. The drive for fitting in right now is infinitely more powerful than the abstract concept of "this will melt my esophagus." On to 2010, Sydney, Australia. One 9-year-old rugby player, Sam Ballard, is at a party, drinking wine. A garden slug crawls across the patio. Everyone laughs. It's just a slug. Harmless fun. Sam picks it up and swallows it whole. Cheers. Party on. Days later, Sam feels weird. Severe pain in his legs. Soon, he can't walk. At the hospital, doctors find the problem. That harmless slug was carrying rat lungworm parasites. The parasites infected his brain. He fell into a coma for 420 days. When Sam finally woke up, he was a quadriplegic, paralyzed from the neck down, all from one slug. For 8 years, his mother cared for him 24/7. In 2018, Sam died from complications. He was 28. This is the universe's most brutal lesson in risk assessment. The dare was based on the fallacy that small and slow equals not dangerous. The universe disagreed. October 24th, 2024, Diwali celebrations in India. The night is filled with fireworks. A group of friends is celebrating. Read, drinking. Someone brings out a large box of fireworks and suggests a dare. They challenge a 32-year-old man to sit on top of the box while they light the fuses. Emboldened by alcohol and peer pressure, he agrees. He climbs onto the box. His friends light the fireworks. There's a moment of anticipation. Then, the entire box explodes beneath him. The force is catastrophic. The man is thrown, dying instantly from his injuries. The friends who were just laughing and filming are now screaming. This is the deadly cocktail of alcohol, which turns off judgment, and peer pressure, which turns off individuality, a fatal case of macho stupidity. June 1st, 2025, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. One 7-year-old David Nagy and his friends have been watching viral table surfing videos. You know, where you ride a table tied to a car? It looks so fun in the 15-second clip. They decide to try it. They find a table, flip it, tie it to a car. David volunteers to ride. His friends get their phones out to film. This is going to be epic. The car starts. David is laughing. His friends are cheering. Then the teenage driver accelerates, recklessly. The table starts wobbling. Suddenly, it's flung into a parked vehicle. The impact throws David off, and he strikes his head on the pavement. He dies from catastrophic injuries. The driver is charged with involuntary manslaughter. This is the new age dare, the belief that if you saw it on a tiny screen, it's not really dangerous. It's just content. But physics, unlike TikTok, is not optional. May 2025, Arlington, Texas. High school seniors are playing Senior Assassin, a tradition where students hunt each other with water guns. It's meant to be harmless fun. One 7-year-old Isaac Leal is in the game. He and his friends spot their target and begin pursuit in a Jeep. The adrenaline is high. They're laughing, yelling, completely lost in the game. In the heat of the chase, Isaac climbs onto the back of the moving Jeep to get a better angle. In his mind, the rules of reality are paused. He's an assassin, not a boy on a moving vehicle. The Jeep hits a bump. Isaac loses his grip and falls, hitting the pavement with devastating force. He's rushed to the hospital with catastrophic head injuries. After weeks in intensive care, Isaac Leal dies. When you gamify life, your brain's risk assessment module goes offline. But the pavement is always playing for keeps. So, what's the common thread? The dare is a social shortcut that exploits our deepest flaws, our need for approval, our inability to assess risk, and our deep-seated fear of being called. A chicken. The human brain is a marvel, but it has a few, very dumb, very exploitable bugs. If you'd like to see more ways our brains try to kill us, make sure to subscribe. And let us know in the comments what other logical fallacies you want to see us break down.